This is like what I read before about wine tasting, which was interesting to me, right? And it was someone saying a lot of that stuff is like when you read about what's in it for you, what do you smell? I went to a wine tasting at Llanach Vineyard. They were saying, but describe it in what you think you can smell. So if you think it smells like blackberry and whatever. But look at the label, and if the label says hint of
honey,
whatever, tobacco and honey and whatever, all this sort of stuff, right?
Some wines tobacco.
No, but some wines have got that on there. Some reds.
Ugh.
You haven't got to think that it tastes of that.
Not the word alone.
But if you like that wine,
yes,
look for another wine that's got the same tasting notes.
Okay.
Because you will like, cheese and onion crisps don't taste like cheese and onion.
Yeah.
But if I see another bag by a different manufacturer called cheese and onion crisps, I know I like them.
But I think I'm very suggestible. If somebody told me that those crisps were bacon as I was eating them, I'd go, yes, they now taste of bacon in my head. So same with wine. If someone says, "Oh, you getting citrus from this?" Like, yeah, fucking course I am.
Yes.
I'm not thick.
And are you getting caramel? Yes.
I'm currently reading.
Citrus. Yeah.
We're listening to
bananas. Yeah. Fucking tastes of bananas. Tastes of bananas and ciggies. This does.
Steph drinks wine that tastes of bananas and Mike wanks to saddle him.
How would you sum up the podcast you do with your two friends?
Sports.
Let me tell you about this morning. I drink banana wine.
I'm currently listening to a book, right, called Alchemy by a fellow called Rory Sutherland, he's a marketing guru, right? You might have seen his clips on Instagram. But fucking hell, he talks some sense about life's not X's and Y's. It's not like black and white. You can't change the way we think about things. So he's fascinating. Like he says about wine. He said it's an absolute marketing genius with wine. The reason there's so many types of wine. When you go to a restaurant, there will be on the table wine glasses.
White, rosé,
right?
done.
No, but there'll be wine glasses on the table.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Right? There's not beer glasses on there.
No.
So you feel obliged to buy wine, right?
Yeah.
Then they bring a wine list, and it's not called the drinks catalog.
No, it's called the wine list. You're right. Yeah, true.
He brings a wine list around. They'll show you. They'll hand you the wine list, and then you feel obliged to make the choice. Then he said, what they do with wine is, he said, if I go to a bar, I know what Guinness tastes like, and I know what Strongbow tastes like, and I know what Carling Black Label tastes like. Right?
Is the answer, yeah.
All this, and I know how much. He said, salient, I know how much they cost. Mm-hmm. So if I go into a bar and ask for a pint of Stella, and they say that's going to be £18, you go, fuck off, it's a pint of Stella.
Fuck off, mate.
Here's £6, right? But if you get Chateau de whatever, right, you don't know how much that costs.
Yeah.
So you will pay £24 for a bottle of wine that might have cost them £4, right? So it's just marketing. It's people telling you.
I think to stand up for wine as someone who has got no interest in wine, and I really don't.
Yeah.
Izzy worked at Oddbins for years, and they sent her on loads. She's got a G&VQ in wine.
Really?
Yeah. So because obviously she was selling wine, and then she worked for
Yeah, but how? Go on. So what's the point though?
So you're then taught, and sommeliers are taught about different grape varieties and stuff, and what goes with what. And I think when you're sent on lots of wine tasting courses and you end up with qualifications in it, you end up with a more sophisticated palate than I have.
But his point is...
Because I honestly can't tell a difference, but Izzy can.
Oh,
and I think she would
He's
in a
saying
blind taste test.
that if you know bad wine,
Yeah.
then you know wine you quite like, and you know good wine, right?
No, I don't think I do.
But in that good wine bracket,
yeah,
it might start at £8
yeah,
and go up to £4,000, right? And there's not £4,000 worth of difference in that wine.
No.
My palate varies, I would say, between Carling Lager Top, Carling and Lime. I haven't
You
really
and Mike
got...
Posey got like a house on fire, honestly.
Beer. I like the most commercial beer.
Yeah.
My
I
mate
mean,
Luke
I accept, right? I completely accept and understand that the craft beer revolution of the last 15 years or so has saved pubs, because pubs were dying. I completely
and some of it's broadly
get that.
fine. But the ones that taste like Lager Top are the ones I like.
But
the craft ones. And the
But
ones that taste like
really,
Lager and Lime, I like.
What I like is Grolsch. And I like Bar.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah.
That's how I came back on the train. I was like, and all they had was Carlsberg. And it was boiling hot day. I said, is it cold? She said, oh yeah, I'll make sure I get a real cold one. I said, that'd be lovely. It was a cold Carlsberg.
Yeah.
I said, this is beautiful. And someone on Twitter's like, oh, make cooking lager. I said, fuck
great.
off.
Fine.
Somebody
Yeah,
should-
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, but that Anthony Bourdain is probably one of my favourite writers about food and favourite chefs. And his thing was always just a cold bottle of suds. Don't care.
Lovely.
Couldn't give a shit what it is.
Luke, who
Just give me a cold
produces
beer.
Mammoth, the Scottish boy, you know, he said, I just want a fizzy
Yeah.
pint of Tennent's, ideally.
days.
Yeah.
Happy with that.
Great.
I'm going to go for a drink with by Glendenning and Barca Jim
It'd be quite
the
lovely.
weekend. It's
Yeah.
their local, and
Go for
they're
one.
that Barry's local.
Yes.
It is San Miguel and
Yeah.
Carlsberg
Oh, great.
and Stella.
The
Yeah.
world's most grumpy barman as
And
well.
most of
The
that is in the
world's most
carpets
good-
from my memory.
The
Yeah,
landlord looks like you've just ruined his night by turning up.
do you know what though? Do you know
Cash
what?
on card, mate. I don't
I
think
was
he's going to
in,
make you happy.
Preferably neither.
I got a
Don't inconvenience me.
I got a babysitter for last time I went for a drink with those two in that pub. Barry's local. And my babysitter is a 23-year-old woman called Grace, and she said, well, I'd had a really good time, and I got home,
Shit-faced.
and she was like,
Made love.
no, but she said, why do you like this pub so much? And I told her, and she went, is it a place for like a group of young ladies could go? I was like, no.
No.
Really.
I did not even hesitate. No.
They could.
Don't
No.
go. They could.
They could,
And
and there are
enjoy it.
women in there.
And they would have as nice a time as they would have in a pub that smells of beer
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
has carpets everywhere.
Yeah, it just depends what you want when you're a 23-year-old man.
Nice,
But,
nice,
with-
nice jukebox. Don't get me wrong. Nice
Yeah.
jukebox there.
But with Izzy and I on our 10th anniversary, we
Went
went
there.
to the no, we went to the poshest restaurant I've ever been in my life, and we had a bottle of wine that was like 70 quid or something. And I must admit, as a wine cynic, it did taste different, and it was
Yeah,
the
it'll
nicest
taste
wine
nice.
it was the nicest wine I'd ever had.
But you could have got stitched right up there. Like when I was on honeymoon with the Cal, we had a sommelier there, and you could see that, you know, this wasn't our usual type of place. We weren't like the typical clientele in there.
Yeah,
And I said, can you just suggest
you
me
were
a nice
putting your
bottle of
picture
wine?
of Salem back in your wallet.
Yeah. Trying
I
to find the
said,
salad
I said,
bar.
just bring me. I said, I don't know enough. I said, just bring me a nice bottle of red
Salem.
wine.
Just bring me a bowl for the salad bar, mate.
Just a nice bottle of wine, please. And he bought me like a 60 quid bottle of red. But there were like £4,000 wines on that list. He could have stitched
Yeah.
me right up there. He
Yeah,
didn't,
yeah.
though.
What I want is the 3 meats. Yeah? I want 3 meats on my plate, and then I'm going to be happy.
Well, there we go. So Belfast the other day, I was in the Crown, which we like. I went there after the live gig, obviously.
Yeah.
There was just the one girl there serving, and there must have been 25 people at the bar, and it was packed.
Yeah.
I thought, well, do I really want to wait 15, 20 minutes for a pint of Guinness? When there's a bar across the road, literally 15 feet away, that's also going to give me a pint of Guinness.
Yeah.
And there's another nice pub. So I just went in there, it was fine. And the bloke, I said live music, he was singing live to backing tracks, but he was doing like Irish music. I thought, this is good. I don't need a full band here.
Yeah.
Bloke, I'm going to sing some. They did a bit of the Style Council then, weirdly, but that was good.
Old Irish standards, followed by the...
Yeah, here you go. He's like Phil Rathenroy, then shot to the top. Both good.
That's good. Fair play, mate. That's good.
He did-
Pulling
no,
that
he
one out.
did. That's
no,
what
for
he
pulling
did.
that out was really good. Fair play.
Do, 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 do.